Hello guys! Today, I will be talking about one of the most elite military forces in the Philippines, the Philippine Marines. And I have prepared 8 episodes that will tell you about the birth, struggles, sacrifices, and victories of this elite force. Let's start. Episode 1, Born from Fire, the birth of the Philippine Marines. They were forged in the ashes of war with nothing but grit, courage, and a mission to protect. These are the Philippine Marines. Now let's travel back to the year 1950. The Second World War had just ended, leaving the Philippines in a state of uncertainty. Amidst the ruins and the rubble, a new nation was born. And what came along with it was a pressing need for a strong defense force. On November 2, 1950, amidst this volatile environment, 61 brave Filipinos answered the call. They were volunteers from diverse backgrounds, each with their own story, their own dreams, their own fears. But they all shared one common goal: the love for their country and an unwavering desire to serve. This marked the birth of the Philippine Marine Corps. It may not have been much to start with, but these 61 men laid the foundation for an institution that would become the hallmark of the Philippine military, known for its tenacity, its bravery, and its unmatched spirit. Back then, they didn't know the challenges that lay ahead, the battles they would fight, the sacrifices they would make. But they did know that they were part of something historic, something bigger than themselves, a force that would become the Philippine Marines. Now, fast forward to today. The Philippine Marine Corps has evolved into a formidable force with thousands of well-trained, highly skilled members ready to defend the nation both on land and at sea. They've fought in some of the toughest battles, faced some of the deadliest threats, and yet their commitment to duty, their bravery, their loyalty never wavered. Today, we salute the Philippine Marines, not just for their strength and skill, but for the values they uphold, the sacrifices they've made, and the legacy they continue to build brick by brick, battle by battle. Here's to the Philippine Marines, past, present, and future. Now moving on to Episode 2, First Blood, the battle against the Hukbalahap. Their first mission wasn't overseas. It was a war on home soil. The Philippine Marines may have been established in 1950, but it wasn't long before they were thrust into the thick of action. Picture this: the early 1950s, the Philippines was grappling with a communist insurgency led by the Hukbalahap movement. It was a time when ideologies clashed, loyalties were tested, and the very fabric of the nation was at stake. In the heart of this turmoil, the Philippine Marines played a pivotal role. With their boots on the ground, they fought not just for territory, but for the hearts and minds of the people caught in this crossfire. As they battled through the rugged terrains, the young Philippine Marines demonstrated their mettle. They showcased the tenacity, the resilience, and the strategic brilliance that would soon become synonymous with the Philippine Marine Corps. Each victory, no matter how hard-earned, each life saved, no matter how perilous the situation, was a testament to their unwavering courage. It was a baptism of fire for the Philippine Marines, setting the stage for their evolution into the formidable force they are today. Now, moving on to Episode 3, Into the Storm, Fighting in Mindanao. What would you do if you were outnumbered, outgunned, and surrounded by enemies? If you're a member of the Philippine Marines, you hold the line and you fight. Now, let's set the scene. The Philippine Marines fighting in Mindanao, a place where danger lurked around every corner and where the odds were often stacked against them. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the Philippine Marines stood firm. They fought with the kind of valor that can only be found in those who put duty before self, who put brotherhood before fear. Their guns blazing, their spirits higher, the Philippine Marines turned the tide of battle. Every inch of land became a battleground. Every tree, every rock a potential hiding spot for the enemy. But the Marines, with their unwavering determination, made sure that no challenge went unmet, no threat went unaddressed. They were not just soldiers. They were brothers in arms, bound together by a shared purpose and a willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice. They fought not only to win the battle, but to protect the people caught in the crossfire, to defend the very soul of their nation. And in doing so, they cemented their reputation as the Philippine Marines, a force that never gives up, a force that never surrenders. Now moving on to Episode 4, Guardians at Sea, Defending the Philippine Waters. You think the Philippine Marines only rule the land? Think again. These are the men who also dominate the seas. Their amphibious skills are legendary. Their naval operations unmatched. When it comes to defending the Philippine waters, the Philippine Marines are the name you trust. From intercepting pirates to safeguarding Philippine sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea, they've got the skills and the tenacity to handle any challenge. Now let's take you along on one of their many daring missions. Picture this: the vast expanse of the Philippine Sea stretching out before you, a horizon broken only by the waves and the occasional cry of a seabird. The Philippine Marines, their faces weathered by the sun and wind, stand ready. Their eyes, sharp and focused, scanning the horizon for any sign of trouble. The hum of activity is palpable. There's a coiled energy on the deck as the troops prepare for action. Suddenly, a flash on the radar, an anomaly detected. The Marines spring into action. The speedboat cuts through the waves like a knife through butter, the helicopter blades beating the air with urgency. It's a race against time, and the Philippine Marines are always a step ahead. Whether it's rescuing distressed fishermen, protecting the marine environment, or ensuring the safe passage of trade, the Philippine Marines are there. Now moving on to Episode 5, The Elite Within, Force Recon and Special Operations. Did you know there's an even more secretive unit within the Philippine Marines? Meet the Philippine Marine Force Recon Battalion. These are the ghosts in the jungle, the silent operators who specialize in stealth missions, high-risk extractions, and reconnaissance. Operating behind enemy lines, gathering intel, sabotaging enemy operations. These men are the unseen force, the tip of the spear for the Philippine Marines. Now let's pull back the curtain for a glimpse into their world. Imagine dense rainforests, thick canopies, and the sounds of the jungle echoing all around. The Philippine Marine Force Recon operator moves through this terrain with the grace of a dancer, the precision of a surgeon. Their movements are silent, their presence undetected. They are the shadows cast by the warriors of the Philippine Marine Corps. They come out only when needed the most. They blend with the environment, becoming one with the trees, the leaves, the very essence of the jungle. No challenge is too great, no risk too high. These are the men who volunteer for the most dangerous missions, who willingly step into the unknown to protect their homeland. Moving on to Episode 6, Modern-Day Warriors, the new breed of Marines. The times have changed, the threats have evolved, but one thing remains constant: the spirit of the Philippine Marines. The new breed of Marines are a testament to this enduring legacy. They stand tall, embodying the values of honor, courage, and commitment, all while embracing the advancements in technology and warfare strategies. Now let's see how they're shaping the future of the Philippine Marine Corps. Picture a high-tech training facility. State-of-the-art equipment, virtual reality simulations, and a team of instructors pushing the limits of human endurance. This is where the new breed of Marines hone their skills, where they learn to adapt, improvise, and overcome. From humanitarian mine assistance to counter-terrorism operations, from United Nations peacekeeping missions to joint training with international partners, the Philippine Marines are at the forefront. They've conducted numerous amphibious operations, showcasing their mastery of both land and sea warfare. And as the threat of climate change looms large, the Philippine Marines stand ready to respond, to rescue, and to rebuild. Now moving on to Episode 7, Honor in Blood, True Stories of Heroism. Some gave everything so the rest of us could live free. That's the legacy of the Philippine Marines, written in blood, courage, and sacrifice. Let's take a moment to remember our fallen heroes, the Medal of Valor recipients. Among them, Lieutenant Colonel Romeo Acop, Captain Jose Calo Jr., Master Sergeant Ramon Encarnacion, First Lieutenant James T. Galata, Second Lieutenant Benjamin J. Lasco. And to all the other unsung heroes, we salute you. Your deeds will never be forgotten. Their actions serve as a reminder of the price that has been paid for the freedom and security of the nation. Now moving on to the final episode, Always Ready, the Marine Creed. When disaster strikes, they move in, not away. This is the story of the Philippine Marines, always ready to answer the call of duty. In the face of adversity, they stand tall, offering hope amidst despair. Now let's see how they embody the true spirit of service. Picture this: a natural disaster is struck. Homes are destroyed, lives are shattered, and the community is in desperate need of help. The Philippine Marines don't hesitate. They jump into action, bringing with them the promise of safety and aid. With well-coordinated relief operations, they distribute essential supplies, food, water, and medical aid to those who need it the most. They don't just hand out supplies, they engage with the community, offering words of comfort, sharing smiles that bring back a sense of normalcy. The Philippine Marines, they are the epitome of resilience, the embodiment of the Filipino spirit. They stand shoulder to shoulder with their fellow citizens, proving that in the face of adversity, they are truly at their best. And finally, Semper Fidelis, the spirit of the Philippine Marinese. Past and present, Marines marching forward, training hard, fighting bravely, helping the people. Their spirit is unbroken. The Philippine Marines, they don't just fight on the front lines. They are the front line. They are the shield that protects, the sword that defends, the light that pierces through the darkness. And whether we stand beside them or behind them, we know one thing: with the Philippine Marines, there is always hope. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.